Some fires warm while others consume, and then there are flames that do both at once, that illuminate the truth while reducing something essential to ash. Tonight, AIM asks this question. What flame within you burns even when it destroys? So join me now in and through the Static Seance.
Between stations, neither here nor gone. The hum of voices trapped in the wires, their confessions dissolving into static. A seance not in candlelit rooms, but on flickering screens, where the ghosts don't knock, but distort the signal. Shadows coil in the white noise. If only one dares to alter their own frequency and listen.
AIM is the bearer of consuming fire, of revelation through destruction, of heat that strips illusions down to their load-bearing bones. He does not fear intensity. He names it. Let us begin with the past, because the first time you met fire, it likely hurt. AIM asks, what passion scorched you? Think back to the desire, obsession, belief, or love that burned too hot, too fast. The thing that demanded everything. Attention, loyalty, sacrifice, and gave insight at the cost of stability. You may have been told that you were too much, too intense, too driven, too volatile. And maybe once you were. You learned early on that your fire caused damage. So you feared it, you dampened it, buried it, apologizing for its existence. But fire does not vanish when denied. It waits. Now we move to the present, and this is where AIM becomes unmistakable. He asks, what fire still refuses extinction? Despite restraint, despite compromise, despite attempts to live smaller, something in you still burns. A hunger for truth, a need to create, a refusal to accept stagnation. You feel it in moments of frustration, in flashes of anger or longing, in the sense that you are not meant for a lukewarm existence. AIM teaches that suppression is not safety. Suppressed fire becomes catastrophe. It leaks sideways. It erupts without warning. It consumes what you never meant to sacrifice. This is not a flaw, it's just unmanaged power. Now we speak of fire's true function, because AIM offers a correction. Fire is not evil. Fire is clarifying. It removes what cannot endure. False identities, outgrown structures, illusions built on comfort rather than truth. The fear is not that fire destroys. The fear is that fire destroys what you're still attached to. But AIM teaches that fire purifies as often as it consumes, but only when it is guided. And this brings us to transformation. AIM asks not for suppression, but for discipline. Discipline is not coldness. It's containment with purpose. When fire is disciplined, devastation becomes illumination. Heat becomes forge. Light replaces chaos. You stop being ruled by intensity and start to be able to wield it. This is the difference between explosion and ignition. So now let's turn to the future. AIM asks, what blaze must be mastered? Because some fires aren't meant to be put out. They are meant to be trained. Your ambition, your desire, your capacity for radical honesty. If left wild, they'll burn indiscriminately. But if mastered, they will shape you into something precise. AIM teaches that destiny is not cooling down. It is learning where to apply the heat, when to increase it, when to withdraw. You are meant to wield fire, not be ruled by it. And finally, AIM says tonight, what burns you can also forge you. The same intensity that once destroyed can become your source of clarity. but only if you stop treating fire as a mistake and start treating it as a responsibility. So ask yourself tonight, what part of me have I tried to extinguish because it scared me or others? What would happen if I stopped apologizing for my heat and started directing it? Who might I become once the light is steady? AIM does not promise safety. He promises truth. And truth, like fire, changes everything that it touches. Until next time, keep the fire alive. Just don't let it burn you blind.
Wild rice on the dance floor, earthen bouquet in here again. She shreds a pound of sweat an hour, and she loves to share.